What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today, BTC USD. It is the first day of July, and here we are sitting at about $58.3 thousand with roughly 11 hours and 10 minutes left in the day. Yes, the very first day of the month, and here we are starting off this month to the downside. Hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Let's get into it. For a time, we've been bullish. We've been assuming that Bitcoin would move up higher, right? Suspecting that we'd come down here, and then for a time, we've been bullish, assuming that that was the low and we would be on our way to prices that were above here. We're starting off July on the opposite end of that spectrum, moving down like this. But throughout this time, we've also accepted that we could see lower lows. This low was not a valid low yet, okay? Here we are, with the current low being at about $57.8 thousand, and we do have the potential to go lower. Absolutely, we do. I mean, we look at this here from the low to the high, and we could go to 57K. We could go all the way down to 54.6K. This is what is known as the primary target zone, the 1272 to the 1618. You can stop somewhere in between. The more iterations we see here, the less likely that is. Likely we do go to this area. You can shoot through it. It's possible. You know, if we were to see something that promoted more than a 54.6K price to the downside, I guess a less than that price to the downside, then it's completely possible that this is our bear market finale and that we're getting things wrapped up here in July. But I don't believe that. I don't believe that's what we're going to see. Time will tell. But for now, I do believe that we have a little bit lower to go. I want to look at the short-term stuff and see if that's what's the word I'm looking for? Compatible. If my bias is confirmed with the short-term stuff. So let's look at that here on the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, 58.4K now. A little bit of volatility, but not much. Looking like we want to shift down. Yes, there's a big wick, a lot of volume, relatively speaking. It's really not that much volume, but relatively speaking, a decent amount of volume. Moving up. Not bad, but you've come back down now. I think you are going to go lower. I believe that we will hit this wick and we'll probably go below this low. After all, what do we do here? From a relative high to a relative low. Couldn't even get to your golden ratio. Maybe I should be taking this high. Yeah, you rejected right at the 0.5 and you're below the 236 now. To me, it seems very likely that we're going to go below 57.8K. We look at the Bitcoin liquidation map over the past 24 hours. And guys, we're at the lows, and the longs outweigh the shorts. And we've been through this before. If you keep leveraging as we drop down, if people keep re-upping on their positions or trying to time the low, we're going to keep going lower. Lows don't form when everybody longs the low, when the majority of the market is long and the minority is short. That's not where the lows are formed. The lows, relatively speaking, or on a macro scale, are formed when nobody wants to go long. Everybody's afraid. People are irrational. They might be courageous enough to go short, but not to go long. We're not in that environment, clearly. I mean, if we're seeing over $1.5 billion in longs being put on within a 24-hour period, even at the lows, we're literally at the lows right now. That's not encouraging. There's a lot of longs still. Yes, you look at the past week. Yes, you look at the past 30 days. Yes, there are more shorts than longs. Absolutely there are. Absolutely there are. But there's more longs now being here at 58.4K than there were at 59.4K. There's more longs now down here. You might think in your head, well, that makes sense. More people might have been waiting to go long. Yeah, they're waiting to go long. They're waiting to get liquidated. That's what's happening. The market makers are going to crush them, man. That's typically how it goes. And these longs predominantly get liquidated, crushed. About 1.6 billion out of this 2.5 billion, over half the longs get crushed at 57K. You want to eliminate this entire island over the past 30 days, you go to 56K. And what do you think is going to happen if, as we're moving down, more longs are getting piled on? As we move down, more longs get piled on. So while this is where that kind of island dissipates, it's at 56K, as we move closer to this whole thing will shift probably to the downside. There will be more longs and people will add to their positions to cover their liquidation levels or get liquidated and enact another position, pull money from wherever to go long again and try to make up for their losses, whatever the case may be. 57 to 56K looks very promising. as far as liquidations go. Yeah, 57K especially looks very promising. So I very much believe we're going to go below this level. We look at the indicators here. The RSI is bearish, right? You're getting oversold, 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 oversold. Not once did you get overbought. You tried, but not once. Stochastics do look bearish. The MACD looks bearish as well. Yeah, they're all bearish, all bad. 57K or bust, baby. 4-hour RSI looks bearish, right? You've got the lower highs coming in, lower lows. Again, getting oversold, not getting overbought. You can't even stay above the 50 for long. It's just totally bearish environment here. So probably going to go lower. Stochastics do look bearish at the moment. And the MACD, of course, is bearish as well. We were green for a little while. Couldn't even cross above the zero, man. It's so sad. It's crazy. We had so many bullish things, so many signals that we would continue going higher, and just we're in that weak of an environment right now, you guys. That's really what it is. We're just in that weak of an environment. We look at this here from a low to a high, relatively speaking, 57.4K to 56.4K, and that primary target there of this pretty insignificant fib would take us to that liquidation zone, that liquidation hotspot. We take this low from the 5th of June to the high here on the 15th of June, and 57K, 54.6K. I mean, it really, to me, seems like a possibility, a really strong possibility that we go down to this area. 2 out of 3 of these fibs line up directly with that hot liquidity zone there, right? And the thing is, yes, there are a lot of shorts. Yes, they will probably get wrecked too. Yes, they will. But why settle for what? If you came all the way up to 63K, you clear out $5.3 billion in shorts. Why settle for $5.3 billion whenever you could add an extra $2 billion to that? And all you got to do is move down just a little bit first. Just a little bit. Tell you what, it's going to be a lot easier to liquidate these longs now than it will be to pump, and then those longs take profits. You could be the one, if you're an exchange, if you're a market maker, if you're somebody who's hunting these positions, you're the one that can make the profits to the downside and to the upside. If you've got that kind of control, which we know they do. Anyways, 57 to 56K, maybe 54.6K could be the potential target outcome there. I'm curious to see what this one is too, real quick. Just this fib. Secondary target zone, hot zone, yeah. Makes sense to me, man. I'm starting to think that we don't go below 56K, which is nice, but still a little bit lower nonetheless. The daily time frame here, I mean, the bullish divergence we had is gone. We bounced off the oversold zone. We were holding it, guys, and now we're back in it. It doesn't look good. I mean, genuinely, it is completely possible that we go lower than what I'm forecasting. We could see something fierce come our way, but the only thing that's keeping me from thinking that is volume is dying off, right? If we were to see something fierce, I think that we would have been picking up volume this next move. I don't know. Time will tell. We're still kind of early in this. We start to move lower. If volume picks up, guys, we might be sending it to 50K or lower. It is completely possible. Maybe this was a bear flag after all, and we will go. I mean, how low would that take us? Where would the bear flag start? Here, maybe there. That'd take us down to about 51K. I mean, yeah, it's right in the heart of the primary target zone, 54.9 to 49.1K. Right in the heart there, if this is a bear flag. If this is a bear flag, then July will likely be the end of the bear market. Or we consolidate again, and then we have one last dip, and then something below 49K, 50K is the bear market low in August or something like that. But I digress. I don't know what to think right now. I'm more under the assumption that we are soon to bounce and recover a little bit, probably coming back towards this high, if not above this high. It's completely possible that we don't go below this high at this point. Maybe we just, consolidate, we move sideways throughout this month of July, but I do expect to see some recovery. I just expect first one last little scary little crash, and that might happen today. It's obviously sometime this week it would probably happen, and we'll go from there. Anyways, I got nothing else for you. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your kids. Bearish. That's a bearish MACD, guys. Definitely not good on the other two either. Yeah. And this is a good giveaway too. It's the weekly MACD crossing red last week. I mean, we're pretty boned, man. Sure, long-term we're forming bullish divergence, but we can dump for multiple months from here. We could go below 40K and still see bullish divergence on this. I don't think we're going below 40K, but I'm just saying bullish divergence is nice, but it can still form more. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, take care. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.